Hello there everybody, and welcome back to Tree of Tranquility. It is now the 22nd day of spring, and it brings us to our flea market. I'm pretty excited about today's flea market because we're going to be able to see some new goods being sold that we were not able to see back in spring and summer of last year due to the fact that we hadn't unlocked the appropriate villagers yet. So that's going to be something new and exciting for us to see. You can also see that I managed to get a little bit of cash since I had last updated, and we're going to be spending some of that at the flea market today. I think I have my bag all ready to go with everything that I'm going to be needing, so let's head on out. So we'll just start with the chores. I've been trying to keep the field neat and tidy by taking care of all the weeds. I have my sickle in my bag. And other than that, I've just been watering everything. I do believe that these 3 rows here are the flax, which have not come in yet, but it looks like they're making some really good progress. I have also planted some more lavender and some tulips as well. And then nothing is new with the breadfruit and the strawberries. Those are just going to continue to come in all season. But they do make a pretty decent amount of profit. And as I found out by looking up a gift list just to refresh myself, Chase actually likes breadfruit as a gift, so I've been saving some of the higher quality breadfruit for him and selling the rest because I desperately need to get him caught up since he's quite a bit behind everybody else. The animals are all doing really well. I've been able to milk the cow every single day. I have not yet gone to get the butter and cheese maker, but I do plan on doing that. That's definitely on my to-do list. So for the time being, I've been saving some of the milk so that I can cook with it, and other times I've been shipping it. I got a big clump of perfect wool from my sheep the other day too, which was really nice. I'm saving it just in case I'm going to need it for a rucksack upgrade. You can see here that our new silkworm has his own little area here beside our other silkworm. So he has a little bit of a friend to hang out with. And luckily, the one day I forgot to feed the silkworms, they didn't end up sick or anything like that, thankfully, so I don't have to worry too much about that. Everything is a-okay. And I have some cocoons in my bag because I'd like to dye those and ship them. For some reason, I was putting aside all of my cocoons, but I don't think I need a decent quality cocoon to turn into wool, or turn into thread rather, for a rucksack upgrade. I think it has to be good, perfect, or shining. So I just decided, well, I'll take those all out and I will dye those and ship those today. I'm going to use a red herb since I have a few of those. And I've also decided to put another chicken egg on the incubator, so hopefully we can have another chicken on the farm. So I'm going to go ahead and turn these cocoons into yarn and then dye them and ship them, and that should bring me right to 9 o'clock when the flea market starts, and we can go and check that out. And hopefully by shipping those I'll get a decent amount of money. Again, if you dye them, you get much more than if you were to just leave them undyed. But even so, they are worth quite a bit of money. And one day, when I get a rucksack upgrade and I figure out that there's certain types of wool and cocoons and whatnot that I don't need, I can take those out of my storage, dye them and sell them and get a bunch of money there too. I'm hoping that when that flax comes in, which I do hope will come in by the end of the season, that we're able to use some of that flax towards another rucksack upgrade, because it has been a very long time since we have given ourselves more space. With all that said and done, let's head on into Waffletown here and go check out the flea market. Oh, hey, Luke's here. Cool, I'll give him a gift then. He doesn't usually come down from the mine district. It's very rare to see him over here, so that's kind of cool. So here we are, and if we don't remember, or we've forgotten since it's been a long time, you will automatically have Simon and Maya selling stuff at the flea market from the beginning of the game because they are automatically unlocked. And if we talk to them, we will be able to see that they are going to have identical inventories as they did last year. So Maya is selling some uniquely skinned cooking utensils, if you want to buy those. They don't work any differently than the regular utensils, they just have a different color and they're just a little bit more high price and fancier. And then of course she's selling the 3 food items, the rice ball, the grilled yam, and the Ostinaise. The Ostinaise, if we recall, was one of our rainbow ingredients, and the grilled yam was also a rainbow ingredient, but this is also one of the best gifts that you can give to Maya if you're trying to woo her. So if you are, or you're playing as a girl and you want to see Chase and Maya get married to work up her hearts, I would definitely recommend buying these because you will get her heart up super fast that way. But because we've already completed our rainbows and purchased our rainbow ingredients, we don't really need to buy anything from her or Simon because his inventory is also the same. He does have the omelet, which was required for one of our rainbows. He also has an apple. Nothing here that I really want to buy, but I may buy a puntada root just for the sake of being lazy. I actually need this item. I haven't been doing a lot of mining, but Jin wants one of these. This is actually his 5-heart request item, and I need to give this to him in order to finish up his events and to get his marriage events. So that's actually a really good find that I was able to pick this up from Simon, which is great. You can buy some herbs here if you want, and some yarn if you don't have it for whatever reason, if you don't have a sheep or you need that yarn for whatever reason. But once again, this is all the same inventory from last year, and that's also going to be the same inventory that he's going to be selling at the summer flea market. But if we notice here, Candace is our new addition to the market, and of course we were not able to speak to her and buy her wares at the last year's market because we didn't have her unlocked. So Candace is the last vendor that we will be able to see in the spring and summer markets. And she's selling some pretty cool stuff. She will sell you unique costumes for both a boy and a girl character. So these are the same colors as the outfits that we already have that we can purchase from the tailors, but they just have a bit of a unique skin. They look a little bit different than your other outfits. And so I would recommend buying these if you have the money. Of course, again, they're not necessary, you don't need to buy them. But if you want something a little bit different and you want to fill up your closet with unique items, then I would recommend it. I'm not going to go too crazy and spend too much money. I can always buy stuff next season when she's here selling a few outfits, but just for fun, I think I'll pick up the yellow one and we'll pick up the blue one. So that way I have some money left, I don't spend too much, and then that way I can also come back and grab these next month if I want them. I could just buy them all if I wanted to, but I feel kind of guilty doing that. So there we go, that is the full flea market, so to speak, fully upgraded. Not entirely sure why there is a 4th stall back here, because to my knowledge this never gets used. That there's never anybody that's going to come and sell stuff back here, so I guess it's just there for the sake of decoration. And with that being said and done, that's kind of the only thing I wanted to talk about. Of course, all the other stores are closed today, so I can't make this a true shopping episode because there's just nowhere that I'm able to actually go. My other options are to just track down villagers and give them gifts. I could do a bit of fishing or something like that. So I guess we can just track down some villagers. And if you want an update on how my hearts are going, you can see here that Toby has actually snuck in right ahead of Jin, and I think that's because I managed to finish his 5-heart request, which put him above Jin, which of course I have to finish by giving him that Pontata root. You can see that Luke has another heart. Calvin still has 5. I've been trying to give him gifts that he hates to get the hearts down, but it's been a very slow process. Currently, I'm stuck with Owen. I can't give him gifts until I finish his request, which I cannot do until I get Calvin lower than 5 hearts. And you can see here that Chase has gotten an additional heart. He's now at 3, and Julius is now at 2. So slowly but surely, we're making our way up in the world. And once I get one of these bachelors to 8 hearts, I will be able to get the blue feather. I thought it was 7, but it's 8. You have to have 8 hearts with someone to get the feather, and you have to have 8 hearts to be able to propose to them. So let's track Calvin and let's go give him a crappy gift. I'd like to be able to get this glitch fixed because I would really like to go back to mining, because I haven't really been able to do that. I could go to the other mine, but again, it's just so far away that I usually don't bother. I do have a ton of energy drinks in my fridge though that I could use. I had to go fishing for Toby's 5-heart request item, and I managed to make a lot of money by fishing the one day that I was out there. So that was kind of a different fun activity to do for a little bit of money. And aside from that, a lot of the money I've been getting has been in crops. So what I've been doing is I've been putting an herb in my mixer and making a failed soup and giving it to Calvin because it's a gift that he hates, and it's also a very easy thing to make, and I don't lose a lot of money by using an herb because they're so easy to find. I hope that by the end of this week, by the time we get to the animal festival, I will have a bit more to talk about. I was hoping I was going to have more to say than I did. Similar to how it was last video, I really didn't have much to talk about, but I think it is good that we're able to see the full flea market. Maybe we can go back to my house and try on those clothes to see how they look. Because currently, for this season, I've only got 2 outfits, and I'm kind of sick of looking at both of them. And if we swing by the orchard, I think I forgot to give you all an update on how the trees are doing. You can see that many of them have actually grown up to a full size, and so they look great now. They look big and strong, and it's like a full sort of orchard, how I would imagine in my mind. And it looks really nice. I like the variety of all the different trees here. I'm still doing my best to kind of come over here every day or every second day and just clean it up. You can see there's a little stump here I'll have to use my axe to chop down. But so far, so good. It looks really clean and nice, and I like it. I'm still getting cherries every single day in this season, and hopefully by the time spring and fall rolls around, we'll be able to use the other trees to get some of the other stuff that we had planted, such as oranges and chestnuts and stuff like that. So I'll go ahead and let the animals in here. I'm gonna double check just to make sure there's nothing that I want to ship. I think most of the stuff I actually want to put back into my fridge, and then the rest of it is all gifts. The breadfruit is for Chase, the juice is for Julius, the tea is for Jin, the cocktails are for Owen and Luke, and the clams are for Toby. And then Gil's gift I just purchased from the inn. So I have a system going, and I always make sure I have enough money in my inventory to purchase gifts. Although the herbal tea I haven't had to buy because I've actually just been using the herbs in my refrigerator here with the pot in order to make tea. to give to Jin, and I could also use that trick with Anessa as well. Mind you, the tea isn't that expensive to buy, but because I have so many different kinds of herbs, that has been a really good option for me. And I also try to keep the higher, more expensive levels of herbs like the blue and the red and the purple around to use for dyeing, and I've been using the yellow and the green, the less expensive herbs, for teas and whatnot. You can see that I've put away quite a bit of stuff in my fridge here. Most of the cherries I've been getting from this season I've been stowing away. I've started to put away some eggs, some milk. Like I said, there's a few days worth of milk in here. I guess I'll also put this cherry away. I'm going to keep the montata root and give that to Jin, probably tomorrow. So let's go ahead over to the dresser here and check out our outfits. So you can see here that the regular items, or the regular stuff that we can buy from the tailors, are called urban. Because of course this is our starting outfit, the green one. This is the one that we had purchased from the tailors, and then the ones that you can purchase from Candace are called cute outfits. So if we put this on, you'll see that it has a very, very, very slight variation in how it looks, but not very much. It's very not noticeable unless you're looking very closely. I think really the main difference is just that the cute outfit has a lot more colors to it. It doesn't look as washed out. So it's a little bit disappointing in the sense that you're not going to get anything drastically different. There's not really a whole lot to notice, but it is kind of nice just to get a few different options. So there's the blue outfit if you guys want to see that. So I'll probably just stick with this. I like the blue outfit. I think it's quite nice. And I haven't really done a whole lot with my accessories because there's not really a lot of accessories I like, to be honest. I like the wool hat in winter just because I think that's a nice thing to do for our farmer, is to keep her head warm while she's farming. But I think Animal Parade, because it came after this, did a lot more with the clothing. Animal Parade has a whole whack of really, really great outfits, lots of really fun and great accessories, which this game just doesn't have, but that's okay. I'm not too worried about it. Clothing is not really high on my priority list of 100% completion, but maybe one day we'll just have so much money that we'll just go ahead and buy it just for the sake of spending our money. Looking at the calendar here, I'll have a couple more days to play before we get to the Animal Festival, which might actually be kind of exciting this year because perhaps we will be able to actually participate because we do have animals. And so that would be really nice. And there's also some items I want to look into buying at the Animal Festival. And before we know it, it will be summer. We'll have a new villager moving in, and we'll have a whole bunch of new stuff to talk about. And so that will be a really, really great thing. Thank you all so very much for watching. I will probably not update until the day of the festival. So in that case, I will see you all at the very end of our spring season of year 2. Thank you so very much for watching, and I hope that I will see you then.